We have time now to begin.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh,
If you'd like to begin the Warren Report, our weekly.
No, the Warren Report.
Thank you, Chick.
You're welcome.
I am working on a musical intro for it.
You've been saying that for like 3 months.
I'm busy.
He says things.
He does
get a lot of that.
Yeah.
Very busy.
Don't hold your breath.
There is one.
Yeah.
The subject today is the history of orange juice.
Oh.
Yeah. Just as an aside, next week, May 4th, is National Orange Juice Day.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to concentrate.
Very good.
Make it a good one, folks.
Yeah.
You're off to a good start.
We're off to a real good start here.
I'm expecting a pulp joke any time now.
Well, I had one, but since you said the word, I'll wait.
Okay.
Oranges actually probably were first grown in Southeast Asia, and then the Europeans brought them back to Europe, and the Spaniards brought them to Florida. Orange juice itself, not very popular. It was, is labor intensive to squeeze an orange, and it really wasn't a big deal until a guy named Albert Lasker. Now, Lasker is this guy that he was an advertising exec, and the character Dom Draper in Mad Men was loosely based on Lasker. He was an advertising genius, and he represented the California Fruit Growers Exchange.
Okay.
Their problem was they were growing a ton of oranges, and they didn't have much to do with them. People were eating, like 20% of the crop that was grown, and they had all this extra oranges. So Lasker got 2 ideas. One, he said, we're not going to call it California Fruit Growers Exchange anymore. We're going to call it Sunkissed.
I love his
idea. Yep. The second idea was this ad campaign. It was a print campaign, and it said, drink an orange. And he started packaging like a 10-cent orange squeezer with a bundle of oranges, and orange juice sort of took off. After that. People started drinking orange juice.
It doesn't take that long to make orange juice. From what I understand, it's made in a minute.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Made?
We'll try the pulp joke you were going to do.
I will.
Probably relied on the word pulp, and he just gave it away.
Again, so now I have to push it back even farther. And
there are a lot of doctors early on. There's a lot of health claims made about orange juice, and it increased your sex drive, increased your energy. There was this thing. It's a very, very rare disease called acidosis.
Oh, yes.
Yes, nobody has it. Okay, but back then, the doctors were saying everybody has it, and the only cure for it was orange juice, and people believed it. There's a little passage about acidosis that I loved. It's, Estelle seemed to lack vitality, didn't even make an effort to be entertaining, hence, she did not attract the men.
Estelle,
what year is this?
She had acidosis. This was probably in the 19-teens or something like that. Yeah. Feel bad for Estelle.
Yes.
So that was a big kicker. Now, orange juice at that time was put into cans. It was pasteurized and put into cans, and it shipped all over the country. When you pasteurize orange juice, you take quite a bit of the taste out of orange juice and a lot of the health benefits out of orange juice. So they were shipping this stuff all over, and it sort of tasted terrible, but people drank it because of the health benefits. Enter the U.S. Army. World War II happens, and we are very worried about our soldiers getting scurvy and having their teeth fall out.
Right.
You get scurvy from a lack of vitamin C. So the U.S. Army said, we got to figure out a way to get this orange juice put into some sort of form. We can get it over to the troops. They didn't really develop the best way to do it until after the war, but when they did it, and that was Willie mentioned concentration.
Yeah.
The way they do, they sort of take all of they put it under a vacuum and heat, and they pull all the water out of orange juice, and it's left with this concentrate. Then they add a little flavor back in, and then they freeze it. And then they send it all over the country, and frozen orange juice, like in starting in the late 40s, just took off. I want to disclose before we get into some of this stuff. I was in the orange juice business.
What'd you say?
Procter & Gamble, the company that I worked for, we had a product called Citrus Hill. Now, Citrus Hill was a great orange juice, but
I love them. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the
No,
brain.
man, no, it's not. It's not Cypress Hill. It's Citrus Hill.
Oh, I'm
One to
sorry.
the two to the. Sorry.
Yeah, and we got smoked in the orange juice business. We got killed. It's not
did
around
you?
anymore. However, all of the technological advances that you guys enjoy in orange juice today,
Yes.
we came up with.
Really?
Do you remember, like, when you would get a carton of orange juice back in the day, you would have to unfold the top
right.
to
Yeah.
pour it,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, not
and it would
easy.
get soggy and it would gross.
You're
And
absolutely
then
right.
we came up with the idea to put, like, a screw spout on the side.
Brilliant.
That was us.
Thank
that
you.
was us.
Brilliant.
That was
Yes.
us. And then, you know how you get a plastic jug now?
Yeah.
You can get a plastic jug. We came up with that. We came up with it. So next time
Boy.
you're enjoying your Minute Maid or Tropicana, pour a little out. Pour a little out.
the
You know,
ground. Yeah.
out of
An
respect
honor.
for the
Yeah.
OGOJ, as it were.
Citrus Hill.
Yeah, Citrus Hill.
You know what, Greg? Thank you for all that you and those folks did.
You're welcome, man. I've been waiting to hear that for a while.
And I just got
means a lot, man.
some cream, and it didn't have the screw cap on it. You had to do that old-fashioned thing where you open it and fold it back. And
Now,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
is a
thank-
brand of cream that's like one of the highest quality brands that is the fold. So I would say the cream is good. It's
you know, I was so stunned to see the
Yeah.
old fold back thing.
Yeah, man.
You know, just get a little bit of the paper in your mouth.
It's gross.
Yeah, no, I want more plastic.
We did that.
And-
No,
Thank you.
plastic is
No,
bad.
turtles love that stuff.
Thank you for the plastic jugs, Craig.
But now, so I talked about concentration. There's basically three types of orange juice. You have orange juice from concentrate,
Yep.
okay, which I described. And then you have reconstituted orange juice, which is basically they added the water for you. It's
Okay.
concentrate, frozen concentrate. They added the water and they just put it in a jug.
I see.
And then you have what is very popular today. Most of you probably drink not from concentrate orange juice, which sounds very, very healthy, and it's not. It sounds very natural. It's really not. Basically, they sort of they get the orange juice and then they do a what they call a flash pasteurization.
Flash.
Yeah.
he's here to save every one of us.
They do a flash pasteurization.
Hang on a second. What the hell was that?
It's Flash Gordon?
Yes, thank you very much.
Queen, I believe.
Oh, that's an audio turd.
Oh, it absolutely is. Yeah.
That stinks. Sorry, George.
Greg.
Oh, that's no problem, man. So they flash pasteurize and they deoxygenize and they de-oil the orange juice and they store it in these like giant vats for about a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
What?
And then by the time a year is elapsed, there's no flavor left in that orange juice. So they add these thing called flavor packs. Now, flavor packs are technically natural. It's because it comes from like orange peels and orange pulp. They add it back in to make it taste like orange
So
juice.
we're being had.
We're being had is
We
right.
are being had.
Unless we're shopping at Lawson's.
This is the story of a tank truck express they call the Big O.
Oh, yeah.
She hauls Lawson's fresh squeezed orange juice nonstop from Florida. Roll on, Big O.
Get that juice up to Lawson's in 40 hours. Thank you very much.
You guys,
That's for our
that's a
friends
real
in
thing.
Ohio.
Oh, well, heck yeah. And this is a real thing, too. That dumb guitar sound he likes.
Oh, awful. Okay, stop.
He saved every one of us.
In Florida, 90% of the orange groves go to making orange juice. So not a lot
kidding.
of people eat
Okay.
that much oranges. Today, though, there's orange juice is pretty high priced. Part of it is there's there's some disease that basically every orange grove
Oh, wow,
has.
that's bad.
Now, Chick, let's go to the top orange juice brands.
Okay.
Now, this is, again, Tom has not given me a research budget.
Now, when you say top brands, do I say Coca-Cola? Don't they make Minute Maid?
Let's go with the actual orange juice brand.
Not the not
but
the parent company.
What do you got?
What's the number
I'm
one?
going to say Minute Maid.
Minute Maid is a distant 5.
No kidding.
Yes.
What about the new young gun on the block, Simply Orange?
Simply Orange is number 2.
Wow.
Willie, not to be confused with Simply Red.
That's right.
Oh, I love that
Right.
song.
What are their
What is that
what are
song?
their
Holding back the years.
yes, that's number one. What's their
Yeah.
second?
Ooh, sounds just like that one.
Holding back the days.
I want to fall from the stars.
Oh, yes.
Stars.
Yes.
And then if you don't know by now, which I believe.
That's my favorite of this.
That's a good one.
Know me by now. Tropicana number one.
Tropicana had to be number one. I was gonna say.
By far. Simply Orange. Then you got Private Label. Then you have Florida's Natural. Number 4.
Heavy Nats. Heavy Nats, Willie.
Big fan of the heavy Nats. I like a Clementine, too. I like a small Nat.
Oh, that's interesting.
Now, we had a buddy that really enjoyed Clementines, the tangerines.
Absolutely,
or whatever. And didn't he write a letter?
Yes, our friend Joe Murray wrote a letter to the tangerine, or the Clementine people, particularly Cuties was a brand of Clementine, and asking why they weren't available year round. And they wrote him back and they sent him boxes of Clementine. You're kidding me.
Today's topic, orange juice. And we just had an interesting story about, I'm trying to remember what, Tropicana is releasing a cereal called Tropicana Crunch, which is designed, instead of milk, you're supposed to pour orange juice on it.
It really is?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Sounds awful.
I give it a shot.
Now, have you ever poured beer on your cereal in the morning?
I've not. Have you?
No. I know people that have.
Now, my brother John invented something he called beer schlager, where he crumbled pretzels into his beer. So there were little pieces of pretzel.
You didn't tell me that your brother was the smartest person
He's
on
a
the
genius,
face of the
yeah.
earth.
That's kind of cool.
Those guys in Nebraska, they pour tomato juice in their beer. They start drinking it red.
Michelada?
Yes, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I had one over the weekend.
I've had it. Yeah, it's okay.
And I understand in some states they pour vodka into their orange juice.
Oh, yeah.
It's genius.
Now, Pat, have you... we've been talking about orange juice all morning.
Yeah, with Greg.
Did you happen to have anything regarding acidosis or Florida oranges? Or
Well, not the Florida oranges, but I heard that the Super California oranges give you acidosis.
Nice callback. Now we have to wrap up our orange juice hunk.
That was the most amazing setup I've ever seen.
It was brilliant.
Are you going to let Greg do it? Are you going to play the Lawson song? Are you going to talk
No. Greg and I discussed this. We were going to parcel it out because we knew that it was kind of an epic history of OJ. I wanted to get it all out there.
Yeah. One last little tidbit. You know how spring training, Chick in the
MLB?
Major League Baseball?
MLB, they have some people in Arizona, and they call that the Cactus League.
Right.
And then in Florida, it's
the Grapefruit.
Grapefruit League.
Why have the orange people get cheated out of
Exactly,
that?
because the orange crops are the
Everywhere.
dominant crop in
Sure.
Florida. So I did a little research.
Grapefruit a better juice.
No way.
You're a psycho.
You ever seen her eat a Kit Kat bar?
I
Yeah,
love
she's
grapefruit juice.
There's a woman named Ruth Law who is an aviator, and this is all kind of weird, but apparently they did this promotion back during a spring training game early. The Dodgers played in, I think, Tampa or around that area, and she took a plane up in the air, and they were going to throw a baseball down at the Dodger manager. And at the last minute, they were like, that baseball may be a little bit too hard and might hurt him. So they decided to throw a grapefruit at the Dodger manager, and they hit the Dodger manager, and it exploded, and the Dodger manager freaked out because he thought that his body was exploding.
Oh, my God.
Around.
What
And
year
that's
was
why they
this?
call it the Grapefruit League.
What year was this?
This was, I don't. It was early spring training.
Wow.
So, I would guess the 40s.
That's amazing.
Well, the Dodgers, well, no, they would have been there when they were the Brooklyn Dodgers, too, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably would have.
You can't. That's not a good idea ever.
Now,
Yeah.
Greg, you've talked a little bit about how orange juice is not as healthy as they say. It's a lot of sugar.
It's about 24 grams of sugar.
Yeah, see,
in
it's
an
why I
8-ounce
don't.
glass.
I take my oranges in the healthiest way possible. I don't eat an orange. That's not healthy enough. I don't drink orange juice. I get those orange slices at the grocery store.
there you go. Yeah.
That's easily the healthiest version of an orange.
Are you
And,
talking about like gummy slices?
yeah, man, and I'll eat the whole thing to really get my vitamin C
Oh, with all the
intake.
sugar on it?
You also.
That's not sugar. Those are minerals. And
Yeah.
How do you get your
Vitamin A,
vegetables,
right?
by the way?
mostly corn chips and puff corn. And living a healthy lifestyle.
Now, you're talking about grapefruit. vodka and grapefruit. I thought that was called
a Greyhound.
It's called a
I thought it was a sea breeze, and here they say it's called a Greyhound.
No, it's a Greyhound.
Yeah, sea breeze is a cranberry and vodka.
Yes.
What is a screwdriver?
That's a Cape Cod.
Orange juice and vodka.
Orange juice.
Right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
yes.
orange juice and beer is called a brass monkey. Is that right?
That funky monkey?
Funky brass
I
monkey.
don't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Is a
that.
sea breeze a screwdriver with cranberry juice in it?
A sea breeze, I believe,
I
is
thought that was vodka
cranberry juice and
grapefruit.
vodka. Well, a Cape Cod is.
I don't
What's sex on a beach? About $150.
Oh, I read that book by Sandy Crack.
Peter Dragon. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's Tracks in the Sand.
I'm sorry. So, Greg, give us the final cap then on OJ as well.
that was it.
Okay.
That was very well done.
How do you top a exploding grapefruit?
Very carefully.
Yeah.